Okay. Hi there, it's me again. So, today is another time to tell stories. Because I don't have very many things to do videos on right now, because nothing happens ever. I was sick for 2 days. Also, I was trying to avoid getting another sickness that my siblings had by locking myself in my bedroom. Irrelevant. So today we're going to tell a story. It was in 2015, in like August, and I was at a piano lesson. I usually took the bus down to like 20 blocks or something to go to Barnes & Noble for a few hours and go to youth group after. So basically, I'm not very observant, and so I don't really pay attention when I'm like getting on the bus or anything. So I get on the bus, and it was not too crowded, whatever. It was like one of those buses where they had like the side seats and then like seats that like are in a row of two, and then like stairs and then more side seats. So I sit down in like the first few seats because whatever, I didn't really think about it. It starts to get more crowded as we go down Broadway, and I sound so special. I go on the bus on Broadway. So I'm sitting there with a bunch of people on the bus, and I don't really think about it much. And there's like a seat around me, there's a seat next to me, there are a bunch of seats in the back and stuff. And this lady looks down, like I can feel her staring at me. I'm just like, whatever, listening to my music, pretending it's not happening. She goes, "Are you gonna move?" I'm like, "What? Oh, sure." And then I move to this seat next to me. And so she sits down, and I'm like, okay, whatever, that was weird. And I put my headphones back in, and she quietly goes, "You look a little young to be a senior." And I don't really think much of it at first. I'm just like, what? And she's like, "Nothing." And she's an old lady. She doesn't seem that, disabled or whatever. She's just got wrinkly skin and gray hair. So I brush it off, whatever. I just sit there until it's my stop. And when I get off, I'm texting my friends. I'm like, oh, like this just happened. Later, I realize what she was saying, because I didn't really think about the fact that she said senior, or the fact that she did not mean senior in high school. Me thinking things that are very different from what they actually are, and me not being observant at all. I realized later that on the bus is a sign right above where I was sitting saying priority seating. Save these seats if there's an elderly person or a disabled person on the bus. I realized that that's what happened, and I realized how, I didn't even look. I didn't see it. I sat down, I had headphones in, I didn't look at the freaking sign in front of me. I take responsibility for it, partially. I obviously knew that these seats were for elderly or disabled people, but I forgot. It completely slipped my mind that is what, connections were lost. It just happens, okay? It just happens. So I realized she said that you look a little young to be a senior in a really rude way. To the person who said that to me on the bus, I'm sorry that I did not see the sign. I'm so sorry that I didn't realize. I wish you had said that in a nicer way. Am I right? Be nice. So had I known that there was a sign there that said give up your seats for elderly people, I would have done that. And since then, I have done that. What Amazing Phil says, you can't judge people too harshly because you don't know what's going on in their lives, and you don't know, what happened in their day before they were rude to you, right? In hindsight, I guess I handle it fine. I don't know. Just like Amazing Phil, we don't know what's going on inside other people's lives, especially strangers, so let's just not judge them too harshly. Thanks for watching. Go subscribe and like and comment and do all that stuff and everything that every YouTuber ever says. This is me, everybody. This is my daily life.
Oh.
What happened? I can't talk. I haven't talked in 3 days.